Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24, where today we'll be unboxing something quite special. Now normally when a box arrives I just want to tear it open and get in there, but I've left this one to go through with you all today. Inside here is Lords of Vegas The Boss Bundle from Loan Shark Games, so let's go and see what's it got in there. Quite the box. Let's see what the packaging's like. Okay, so there's a lot in there. These out of the way. Okay, nice planer. I'll look in a second. Dealer's Choice, which is a book by the designers of the game. The first expansion, Up, and the second expansion, which was the start of the campaign where this comes from, Underworld, a uniform rulebook, the base game, some Lords of Vegas specific poker chips, promo, and another promo, so the charity promo, which was quite nice, and something quite nice in this one here. We'll save this one till last. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we'll start from the basics and work our way up. So this is the base box for Lords of Vegas. Now this was part of the Kickstarter campaign which introduced the Underworld Expansion, and it offered the original set, so a full set of the game including its first expansion, Up, and this is quite a nice game. If you're not familiar with it, I do suggest you check out others videos, including one where I found this out, which was Geek and Sundry Will Wheaton Tabletop. There's a nice episode there. Now, during the Kickstarter campaign, Loan Shark Games brought back their original stock of supply. So this was the original game that was warehoused. Now, unfortunately, there was an accounting error when they were doing the stock for the Kickstarter. And there's been a shortage of some of the base games, but Loan Shark have been great trying to get these out to everybody, so I do consider myself quite lucky to have this here. But obviously there's a lot of things going in place for them, and they're even looking to bring forward a reprint of this original base game, so hopefully people can get their hands on it when they're available. So yeah, so paper money from the original base game. As you've probably already spotted, we're going to be doing a bit of upgrading of that. Okay. Now the original game's got some quite basic components, and again we'll see something about that shortly. And we've got dice for players, player quotations, baggies, which is always nice. The original rules. Okay, which are quite simple to get going, and essentially quite easy to teach and easy to get people involved. The original board there showing the Vegas Strip and the casinos, and the punch board for the casino tiles. So we've got those there. It's quite nice. I mean, this is itself a little older game, so not necessarily the same standard on everything as you might expect today, but we'll get to some of that. So, like I said, a uniform rulebook, which includes the expansion rules, so for both expansions, all in one place. It's quite a nice guide for everything. It actually puts everything in its right space rather than having to refer to separate rule books. And again, I just love the little mafia type artwork, rough-handed. So we'll go into the first expansion. Okay. So again, this was previous stock that Loan Shark managed to get hold of, which is great. So the expansion introduces new player colours, so you can get those out to more people. Some more money. The rules, you can see, for an expansion, 4 pages of rules is quite nice. And essentially in the up expansion you will be going up, so it's all about building up your casino and adding layers and levels to those casinos. So that's the expansion. Now the latest addition to the set is Underworld. So this essentially adds player abilities and player powers from a deck of cards, which gives a nice thematic spin to the game, and for those that have played it quite a few times, can then get something a bit extra from the game. As you'll see, published by Loan Shark Games, so this is their own in-house published copy from the Kickstarter. It's nice and tight fit. Okay, again, 4 pages of rules, and again, if you take most of that as being a summary and credits, it's quite nice and tidy. And with this comes the board for the Underworld cards and the Underworld deck. Okay, we'll go through some of these because these are the newer bits that there's not as much information out there about them. You can see that is the Underworld deck, and some new player reference aids to aid with some of the new options that people have. And let's see if we can get those up to the camera. So these are sort of either one-time events or holding your hand events, giving extra benefits for people, extra points as you go throughout the game. Nice little bit of variety, and you won't see all of these every game, so it allows you to sort of spice it up as we go. Now, like I said, there were some promos for this, there was a charity promo card, which is the Vegas shutdown, which Loan Shark did to help during the pandemic. Let me see if I can get that in there. It's not quite having it. I'll pop a bit of artwork up for you. And then the Kickstarter 3-pack promo, which was we've got the big score, binding contract, and a timeshare. So a few extra cards there for the Underworld. Okay. So, like I said, included in this boss bundle was the Dealer's Choice, which is essentially some strategy guides towards poker and different bits, which was part of Loan Shark's new publications, which will make some nice reading. Now, here's for the really nice bits that make up a lot of this. Like I alluded to, this is upgrading the original components of the game. And quite weighty clays, which look really nice already. So pop them up there. Oh, that's how heavy they are. Okay, they've got 100 of the clays for the game instead of the paper money, which will go quite nicely. A little bit more tactile, a little bit more thematic, for the game. So you've got the 1s, the 2s, the 5s, the 10s and the 25s there. So that's part 1 of the upgrades. This should be the player upgrades. So as I said before, the components in there are a little bit dated, being the markers and the dice. So inside the campaign they added some nice add-ons. So there we go. So there we've got player bags. So a bag for each player, which looks quite nicely with the gold on it. And then you've got large casino dice, which are nice sharp dice, some lovely silicone. And then we have, for each player colour, instead of their parking lot markers, some nice sort of vehicles there. Let's get one of those out. These are just those nice bits to have. Let's see if we can just pop them on here. You can see those. You can see those there. It's quite nice sort of addition to. Let's see if we can get a bit of focus on that. There we go. So nice addition there to the game. And finally, instead of using again the chips to mark your score, you've got these nice planes that you can see are screen printed. Let's do it again. Let's get a bit more focus, shall we? It's not quite having it, but they're some nice planes for your player markers. Again, instead of using the tokens, so that's quite a nice upgrade. So let's get rid of these out of the way, and a nice play mat for the whole game. So you're going to have to hang this out and get it running, but you'll get the whole board game on there. So there's got the strip, stack for tiles, cards, and also the new Underworld board, all in one place. So rather than having the bits and pieces, it's all there in one place. So that's quite nice. Now, here is probably the best part of this, and probably the biggest gimmick part of the box. I just couldn't resist. So let's do this. Let's see some nice gold etching there already. Oh, that's quite weighty. It's looking like that new briefcase smell. So it's got the nice embossing there, and then you've got the clasps. Let's open it all up. Nice divider there, and then a tray for all the components of the game, which again just adds that little bit of luxury, if you will, to the game. So this can be a nice collector's edition that'll probably stay in the collection for quite some time, as a bit of a family favourite. So thanks for joining us today with that unboxing. What we'll probably do at some point is film a reboxing, if you will, so you can see where everything goes back. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the next one.